The TSA has issued a laughable response to the news that the state of Texas has passed a bill to officially make it a misdemeanor to pat down breasts, buttocks, and genitals. The agency contends that Texas cannot do anything to restrict TSA procedures because, as a federal agency, it is protected under the Supremacy Clause of the U.S. Constitution. There's going to be a showdown in Texas.
The stars at night are big and bright, deep in the heart of Texas. The prairie sky is wide and high, deep in the heart of Texas.
How ridiculous it is for the TSA to cite the Constitution in its own defense. While citing one section, it is completely ignoring two others, namely the 4th and 10th Amendments. The 4th Amendment protects the right of the people to be secure in their persons, houses, papers, and effects against unreasonable searches without probable cause. As far as we can recollect, nowhere in the Constitution does it say that the federal government has the right to touch Americans' private parts in the first instance. Therefore, under the 10th, states have the right to pass their own laws against this abuse of power because the power not delegated to the United States by the Constitution nor prohibited by it to the states are reserved to the states respectively or to the people. TSA's contention that the Supremacy Clause bars states from regulating the federal government is a total lie. In other words, the Constitution is the supreme law, and any federal law made in line with the Constitution are supreme. Nowhere does it say the states cannot regulate federal government. But why would we expect the TSA to understand the Constitution when it violates it every hour of every day? The Supreme Clause, as with every other part of the Constitution, is there to protect against potential federal government abuses of power, not to effectively enable the TSA's claims. The Constitution protects the right of the people, not the right of the federal government. So screw you. If any state is going to stand up to the TSA, it'll be Texas. We will see how the people of Texas deal with this. You know what they say? Don't mess with Texas. Bye-bye, TSA.
When, in the course of human events, it becomes necessary for one people to dissolve the political bands which have connected them with another, and to assume among the powers of the earth the separate and equal station to which the laws of nature and of nature's God entitle them, a decent respect to the opinions of mankind requires that they should declare the causes which impel them to the separation.
We hold these truths to be self-evident, and that all men are created equal, and that they are endowed by their Creator with certain What's that word there?
Unalienable.
With certain unalienable rights, that among these are life, liberty, and the pursuit of happiness.
That whenever any form of government becomes destructive of these ends, it is in the right of the people to alter or abolish it, and to institute new government. The history of the present King of Great Britain is a history of repeated injuries, all having in direct object the establishment of an absolute tyranny over these states.
In every stage of these oppressions, we have petitioned for redress in the most humble terms. Our repeated petitions have been answered only by repeated injury. A prince, whose character is thus marked by every act which may define a tyrant, is unfit to be the ruler of a free people.
We, therefore, the representatives of the United States of America, solemnly publish and declare that these united colonies are, and of right ought to be, free and independent states, that they are absolved from all allegiance to the British Crown.
And for the support of this declaration, with a firm reliance on the protection of divine providence, we mutually pledge to each other our lives, our fortunes, and our sacred honor. Bless you.
God save our American states. States!
God save our United States!
And I see a whole army of my countrymen here in defiance of tyranny. You've come to fight as free men. And free men you are. What will you do with that freedom? Will you fight? Against that? No! We will run! And we will live. Aye. Fight and you may die. Run and you'll live. At least a while. And dying in your beds many years from now, would you be willing to trade all the days from this day to that for one chance, just one chance, to come back here and tell our enemies that they may take our lives, but they'll never take our freedom!